episode of FTB. Please excuse the extremely obnoxious background noise, but there's not much I can do about that. But so I've done a lot of little changes around here, and first and foremost, we've upgraded to the FTB Ultimate Pack. So we've kind of gotten away from the Minecraft pack, though I really did enjoy the Minecraft pack. Things have even been stepped up from there. Things are getting even harder to make. An example is if we look up at advanced solar panel now. I feel so lucky of how many I made before the update. Because now if we look at them, you need this irradiate reinforced plate. And this thing is ridiculously hard to make, as you can see. So I'm really happy I made so many solar panels before the update. These are actually all 100% legit. There was no cheating here. And if you're wondering how the hell did I get so much stuff, it is thanks to this machine over here. This is pretty much the awesomest machine ever. It's also a pretty big lag generator. Pretty much, if you haven't caught my first few episodes, this machine is probably one of my favorite machines, and I realized in my episodes I wasn't actually really explaining how anything works. For example, Etho, if you don't know who he is, I learned so much from watching his videos because he just mentions how he does things. And pretty much what I'm doing here is, what I was saying was, I need to explain how I'm doing everything, and one of the things is, they fixed turtles. Turtles, they had a glitch where their picks would break, and they fixed that. So pretty much, if you have a good power source, for example, for me, this is pretty much what my base is running on, is this little bit of panels here. Solar panels actually used to be ridiculously easy to make if you had a good quarry running. Pretty much, if you can even hear past the annoying background noise, construction. I know it's been going on for It's been going on for almost a week now, so I haven't gotten much of a chance to record. And after midnight and stuff, I'm tired and drowsy. And I don't really feel like. And that's probably when they stopped doing construction. So sorry about the noise, but they used to be ridiculously easy to make solar panels. Pretty much, like, if you just had a quarry, my number one tip for getting resources is using turtles. And first of all, what you should do when you start an FTB world is pretty much you should look for a big lava lake, especially a lava ravine. Lava ravines are gold. And then what you do is you just set up a pump, a Buildcraft pump. I can look that up for you. A pump. You can power these with redstone engines, so it's really cool. You just need 4 redstone engines around, and they're super easy to make, as you can see. So pretty much you want to make a pump, and you just want to pump that into a lava generator. And that is enough to power one of these charge station guys. And pretty much what these do is they charge turtles. And if I type refuel all, look at it. Look at how much. This is how many times the turtle can move. Now that's actually only about enough for 164 by 64. So just leave it there for a day or something. It's only been there for 6 hours or so for me. And then you'll be good to go. So yeah, you can just pretty much type excavate 60, and it will dig a huge hole for you. Just put some. What you want to do is you want to put a chest down. I'm saying this because a lot of people are actually questioning if this is all legit or not. And yeah, so pretty much what you want to do is you just want to put a void pipe and a diamond pipe, which you will need 2 diamonds for. And you want to route all the. He's been crashing, by the way. So you want to route all the cobblestone into that void pipe and all the dirt into the void pipe, and then put about 10 double chests down. And that should hold all your items you get from that. And that will get you started. And before, that was good enough for 64 solar panels. But now, honestly, I think it's ridiculous. You need UU matter to make an advanced solar panel, which is just stupid in my opinion. So pretty much you just need to make 500 billion regular solar panels to get one advanced panel, and then up to hybrid panels is just like ridiculously hard to get. So yeah, so let's see how fast I'm draining power. I'm doing okay, but the solar panel storage is slowly draining, I think. The hybrid panels are really helping. They're actually not too hard to make now, because I have so many solar panels powering matter fabricator. This is getting me about 5 stacks of UV matter a day, especially with my automatic scrap machine using the skeleton spawner. Right now they're storing up because I use sunlight to kill them. So I can also use them for XP, as you can see, I have 32 levels on me. And my pants are about to run out of power. I just can't stand not having these pants. He goes so slowly. Like, look at this. It's just, like, even with haste 3 on my boots and speed 2, I think this is so slow. But, alright, now I still need to explain how this factory works. I'm getting a little bit sidetracked. So pretty much how this works is every now and then my turtle will unload 17 or like 16 stacks of netherrock or however many stacks of stuff a turtle can hold, and then I'll pump that out, and all this stuff is just so that I can use 6 right now I have 7 redstone engines. Alright, so pretty much what I'm doing is this is coming down here. So this is pretty much just merging all my items I get, so I can use more redstone engines to pump it out. I know you can use electrical engines or biogas engines to pump things out, but it's so fast that it just clogs up all the machines and you end up with items all over the ground. So I like to just use a lot of redstone engines. So yeah, so all the items will then get filtered through here. So pretty much how I have this working is I have everything I want to filter out in here. And pretty much these are just blocking ways so that no items will go through these 2 ways. Because I'm never going to end up with a redstone engine inside my chest, I don't think. So yeah. Pretty much all the items that I really want to sort out will get sorted here. And for example, dirt will come up and then it will come here to the recycler. And then it's a 50-50 by the way. And then the other half will come over here to here, and as you can see, we're having quite an overload, and I also have no clue why cobble is going here when cobble is marked red, but I guess that was because once we updated, all the item IDs changed and items just flowing everywhere. So as you can see, I have way too much dirt coming out here, and I actually didn't notice that. So what I can do to prevent that is we can do this. So I just started a new quarry, which is why there's so much dirt. That will stop soon. So, but if I really needed to, what I would do is I could, for example, I could do this much to red, and I could do that much dirt to yellow. So, but I really don't need that because I just started a quarry and it's hitting just dirt. So yeah, I really don't need it. So I can just have like a 50-50 like I had before. Alright. That's pretty much what I do with dirt. My gravel comes up here. Then it gets piped down this really long pipe here. Nether rock will come down here. I just wanted to only use 1 pipe instead of like 5. So, and then the gravel will keep going and come down there, over there, and all the way back into the rock crusher. Now what this is doing is this is turning, if you put gravel in the rock crusher, it makes sand. Now the sand, this is just excess storage, will then come down here, and that leads, I need to get my pants back. Pants. Anyways, it's not appropriate to not wear pants anyway. Alright, okay, so that comes over. It seems like I'm having an error. I just made this, by the way. Alright, so it looks like it's just because I had too many cells in there. So pretty much what this does is when I put sand in here, once it gets 16 sand, then it will electrolyze the sand. It will make me silicon, which I need to pipe out actually. And if I need to pipe it out, I need to use a redstone engine, which I forgot it looks like. I just made this, by the way, which is why there's nothing in my barrel, which is gonna eventually be for sand. So if we grab some sand, grab a couple stacks of that. If we get some sand, and then we can watch this work. So, boom. So pretty much how you make pipes interact with an electrolyzer is pretty much how they work is the top goes into this slot, the bottom goes into that slot, and everything else connects to any side slot. So that's pretty much how all of these machines work. Same with the industrial blast furnace. And yeah, so that's gonna make me out silicon plates, as you can see. It's starting. And that's pretty much what that does. And it's just pretty much a sake for getting rid of my extra gravel and sand. And here's some backup gravel storage. It's not full yet, so I just made that. I decided I need to add some extra gravel. And eventually, I can pretty much take it from one of these chests. I'll have an automatic macerator where pretty much I'll just macerate some of this, and I'll use the flint to automatically make industrial TNT. Now, why in the world would I need industrial TNT? Like, I have an automatic TNT farm here. It's not really working right now because I ran out of the materials for gunpowder. And how you make gunpowder is, the way I'm using is, this is a huge process. So all the cobblestone I get, or 99% of it at least, some of it goes to the recycler because I can't handle all the cobble I'm getting. It's just a little bit too much. 99% of the cobble, or probably less than that, probably about 80% of the cobble I'm getting, comes here. This macerates the cobble. It doesn't look like I have any cobble right now, because my quarry is still mining dirt right now. I have the turtle, but turtles, you know, they come like once every like 20 minutes or something. So yeah, this is then coming up here, and all that sand, which is what happens when you macerate cobble, comes into this singularity compressor. Singularity compressor, if we add some sand, will compress into sandstone. When you pulverize sandstone, you get something very interesting. You get 2 sand, so you're not getting all the sand you used to compress the sand back, but you get this niter, and this is kind of like an excess stuff, and this is one of the ingredients for gunpowder, and the excess sand goes back into the system. And some of it is used to induction smelt ores. And as you can see, this is kind of the stuff I'm getting from the quarries. Because obviously, at this point, I'm not doing very much manual mining. Though this advanced diamond drill with efficiency 4 is super duper fast, which I love. And so is this advanced electric jetpack. It's awesome. It charges your tools, which is why I made it. So the nether rock has a similar story. It gets macerated too into netherrock dust. This is about 50%, or probably around 60% actually, of the netherrock, and that gets industrial centrifuged. And you know what you get when you industrial centrifuge netherrock dust? Here's some extra. Is you get gold, which you actually get gold nuggets, but I'm automatically crafting them into gold. This has been running for a few days now. You get coal dust. And I'm not sure if this is the same, if you can compress this into actual coal. Let's see. Nah, it doesn't have the same item ID as actual coal dust, so you sadly can't turn that into diamonds. If you could, that would be pretty interesting. But you can still use this for things like making carbon fiber, and that's how I get some of the carbon fiber plates for solar panels. Stupid fire arm made me thought my base was on fire, but it's not even made of wood. And the next thing you get is sulfur, but I'm just void piping that because it's a useless kind of sulfur. In my opinion, you need saltpeter to use that for TNT, and that's just complicated stuff. So. Then you get redstone, and as you can see, I still actually have 1 centrifuge running. So I'm not getting a lot of netherrock dust because my turtle right now is kind of in a floating space right now. Like, you know the nether, there's a lot of times where it's just empty space. It's kind of there right now. So when you centrifuge redstone, you get lots of stuff. You get ruby dust, you get mercury cells, which I don't really know what I'm doing, so I'm just kind of pretty much saving a stack, and the rest is just turning back into empty cells. Because your system won't actually run unless you have empty cells in it. So I'm pretty much just recycling the empty cells now, which, as you can see, come here. And then some more stuff I get is the mercury. And this is just pretty much filling the chest so that I don't have to use a stack of empty cells before I start recycling cells. And so here's some sand I get from netherrock. And if you're wondering where all this sand is coming from, this pipe actually I'm not sure where that pipe goes actually. I think it comes up. Yeah, where does the sand, excess sand from here go? That's actually something I forget. So there's the excess sand. Let's see. This is quite a journey. Boom, boom, boom. It comes up here. Ah, so the excess sand I'm getting right now is actually used to make niter. That's smart of me. Alright, so that's pretty much where some excess sand is. And you might wonder where the sand is coming from. So, and also this kind of sulfur, if we look at it, I don't know why there's gravel in there, it should not be there. This is like kind of sulfur I used to make TNT, right? And where that's coming from is, if you still manage to somehow follow some of the nether rock will come down here, and when you pulverize nether rock, there's a 10% chance of getting the sulfur, just like there's a 10% chance of getting niter when you pulverize sandstone. And so this then makes cobblestone, like the direct output is cobblestone, and a mass pulverizing cobblestone, and that gives me this excess sand. And I'm not sure if it gives you anything extra. I think the excess byproduct of this is gravel, which is pretty cool. So pretty much all this stuff is just coming from netherrock. Everything from here to there is netherrock. And when you centrifuge redstone, I actually didn't finish the list of stuff it gives you. These chests in the ground gives you silicon plates. The rest is just things you can still use the industrial blast furnace. You just have to take out the silicon cells. So yeah. And all your items will just be delivered here, and you can still use an industrial electrolyzer. Just take out the pyrite, and all the things will end up in there. And I'll eventually make an auto smelting system for what happens when you automatically electrolyze pyrite dust, because pyrite dust is another thing you get from centrifuging redstone. And yeah, so on this side is simply item processing. This is more stuff that comes from netherrock. I'm just pretty much when you put it in a magma crucible, it makes lava. Some more things you might want to note about my system here, in case you're interested, that of course is all the items that aren't labeled come here. So yeah, like nether brick, I didn't label that. I might send that specific place. Marble, sand. I didn't actually label sand. I should, but then that would mean even more pipes. But for now, I'm just left it on the chest. As you can see, I'm running out of space. And once I run out of space, that's when this thing up here comes along. Everything I get will then come over here. And that is a lot of storage. Believe me, that will last me a long, long time. Alright. So. Yes. That is pretty much everything I have going on around here. Another thing I might want you guys to know, and this is probably one of my main sources of riches, is this machine right here. I've been having this running pretty much since the server started, and look at how many barrels I have full of tin and copper and tungsten dust, which I can't actually smell yet, and all sorts of other goodies. And you might be wondering, where the fuck does all that come from? That's what you get when you... That's hacks, cheats. What is this? What's that? This is electrum, by the way. This is all coming from lava. This is what happens when you centrifuge lava. You get one tiny pile of tungsten dust. You get 4 copper, 2 tin, and 1 electrum. I can't remember how much electrum you get, but that's beside the point. Electrum is amazing. And pretty much all you have to do is you have to pipe lava into the top. It'll automatically go here. And yeah. And where is this lava coming from? Well, some of it is coming from the magma crucibles, and some of it, let me show you, is coming from... Now, if you're wondering where the nether rock is coming from, this probably answers your questions too. So this is what the nether looks like around my base. As you can see, I've been digging it out quite a bunch. You can tell this is pretty much a degenerated turtle because I didn't let it go all the way down, which I should have, because this is actually a nice big chunk of nether rock there. That could last me a long time if I bothered to mine it up. But I kind of gave up on that because my turtle ran out of fuel halfway, and then I have to move my chests and chunk loaders down. Yeah, so yeah, I just suck at the jetpack if you can't tell. So right now, this was pretty much when the turtles were glitched and their picks kept breaking. All right, so their picks are finally working now. As you can see, there's my little turtle. He's working away. He's digging nothing. All the nether rock. Turtles aren't exactly as smart as quarries. They can't tell that the next blocks are over here, and they'll pretty much scan everything. But, yeah. They even mine lava, which is pretty cool. And when they break the lava block, they actually collect the fuel from it, I believe. So, yeah. So, that guy, he's gonna keep working away until he goes all the way down, and that might take a while, but I don't really care. And this is the ender chest, the universal ender chest for me, of course. And as you can see, my turtle just made a load. That's why there's so much stuff in it. Alright, so pretty cool, pretty cool. So now you know where my nether rock is coming from. My lava is coming from lava lakes like this. I never noticed there's such a nice lava like right under my base, but if I can find one, pretty much what I do is you can use ender chests to transport lava from one place to another. It's not directly. What you have to do is you have to put the lava in a lava cell. There's one bucket of lava. Then you transport that cell to the overworld. And then that cell in the overworld will then, you can use liquid transposer to take the lava out of that cell. And that's pretty much what I'm doing. It's a pretty complicated process, and if you want to check these things out, just watch through my old videos. I'll have every single farm built somewhat on camera. And this is pretty much just an explanation episode. I don't know how long it's running, but I still have a lot of things to go through, actually. And I want to keep this all in one episode. I can upload infinitely long if I want to, so I really won't mind, so I'll continue. Over here is my seed oil machine. How this works is... let's see if I can find a nice place to hop on, which is why I love having a speed beacon. I just made that. My awesome speed beacon. Alright, so it's coming from here. What I'm doing is I'm automatically crafting melons into melon seeds. The melon seeds are then piped all the way down here. And those seeds actually have to void pipe quite a few. Because I'm getting more seeds than my machines can handle. And those seeds are squeezed in the squeezer. And as you can see, it's really, really quick. And each time it does, it makes a tiny bit of seed oil. Like just like 10 units or something. And then that comes here. And as you can see, the number is flying up like crazy. So I have quite a bit of extra seed oil, which is really nice. But as you can see, it's kind of an overkill. I have 6 squeezers. And I also made an automatic cactus farm. I turned it off now because I don't really need any more cactus anymore. But it was one of those annoying things I had to go harvest every now and then. And cactus farm is actually one of the easiest farms to make. So that's the seed oil machine. It's pretty simple, but then again, it's pretty complicated. It's really hard to boot up actually, because when all the engines are empty, I had to deal with this. It takes so much power to boot up because even the one harvesting the melons stops up there, and as you can see, I had to use an electrical engine to start this up, and that took about 4 or 5 hours to start the next engine up, and after that, it just gets exponentially faster and faster and faster. Alright, so next on my list, I tried to start with what you guys might be curious the most, of how I get so many resources, and that's pretty much simply due to item processing, so I can make unlimited stuff. So as you can see, there's hummus laying on the ground. This chest is filled up, but that's okay. I'm gonna need more hummus soon. I'm planning on making a really cool farm that not only makes rubber, because it's one of the few things that I still have to harvest manually is rubber, and I hate harvesting things manually. It's a pain, but just a glowstone. I don't know how to make glowstone. And you can get rubber automatically and generate power at the same time, which is pretty awesome. So I'll make that for next episode, but for now, I'm showcasing what I have because people are curious. So how this works is this guy. He's awesome. What he does is He harvests trees, gives me lots of wood. As you can see, this is full of wood. That's just some backup wood. Some extra random stuff like sand, oak logs, and down here, here's some more storage for oak logs. Here's some storage for sand. I don't know where the sand is going now. It's probably just falling on the ground somewhere. I'm gonna have to deal with that soon. I can send. I actually kind of have I'm dealing with a lot of extra sand right now. See, do you see that? I always find I have a piece of sand in my inventory. I guess now I know where it's coming from. It's coming from right here. So, pretty much what I can do now is I can bring some sand from. What I can do is I can, if it'll let me right click on the pipe. All right. I can set sand to green, and I can still set sand to black. It'll go there if it needs. And I can take this pipe over to my machine, which pretty much eats it up. Eats sand. It just makes sand into something else. Or makes sand into silicon, pretty much. This is pretty much making sure all the items entering this pipe go the same direction. And yeah, let's see if I can hook it up. I shouldn't take too long just running a pipe along the ceiling. And as you can see, if you take a peek under my base, you can see how I get everything from one place to another. It's chaos down there. It's just, there's so many pipes and you can't have them touched because then the items will just go everywhere. It's just so chaotic down there. It's unbelievable. Now, I can't touch any of the hoppers because if pipes touch a hopper, then they'll connect. So, alright. Pipes connect with a lot of things you would never think they would. Oh gosh, how do I get a pipe to go over there? They can't share a spot with a lever. They connect to electrical engines, and what you do when they do this is the only spot anything reacts with. Just put something that will never come down that pipe there, and Scullcraft will be smart enough to avoid it. Scullcraft pipes are stupid, but they're smart enough to avoid that. So now all my extra sand has a use. And if I ever need, instead of, I'm pretty short on niter, even without my gunpowder farm running, which is what I'm going to show next, it's still taking forever to build up just a little bit of niter. So, yeah. That's just pretty much my wood farm. And as you can see, it makes a lot of wood. It also makes charcoal. I honestly don't know what I'm going to do. I'm going to have to turn these all into interdimensional barrels soon. But, yeah. Because I can't just throw coal away. I mean, I could shove it in a generator, but it's kind of not worth the space, if you know what I mean. But I guess I could do that as a last-ditch resort. But then I would have to hook wires somewhere, and I don't know where I'd hook those wires up to anyway. Because it generates such a little amount of energy per generator. It's kind of not really worth it. Then again, it is, if you think about it, more efficient than a solar panel. Than an advanced solar panel. I think generators output 8 to 16 EU depending on what you make it power, but it doesn't really matter. So, what's next? Next on my list, I guess, is the biogas station. This is one of the things that aren't fully automatic. I have to add in fertilizer, and as you can see, it's actually running kind of low, but a big chest like this for fertilizer. I'm estimating will last you about 2 weeks or something like that, so it's not a big deal. And it's their fertilizer is easy to make, by the way, so don't worry about that. I'm not sure if you can use compost. If you can use compost, oh baby, I'm gonna do that right away. But we can actually look that up right now. Biogas. That's not how you spell biogas. I'm a dummy. Alright. Is it biomass? I'm not sure. I've always called it biogas. I guess it's called biomass. You can use compost. So I guess I'll start using compost from now on. Because compost is way more efficient. Well, it's not more efficient, but pretty much what you get is it's easier to make than appetite, using appetite and stuff like that. So yeah, it's a change I can make. I can completely automate this farm, which will be pretty cool. Because an automatic wheat farm doesn't really take any maintenance whatsoever. So pretty much what this is I'm taking my sugarcane, my extra saplings from the tree farm, they all come here, and they get fermented, as you can see, and that makes biomass. It's super duper simple, actually. You need to add water too, so I have a pump here pumping water into the fermenters, because you need water, and that's pretty much all you need. Super simple. Don't use biogas engines, by the way, for your pump. It'll suck up water so quickly you could drain the ocean, pretty much. Like, if you use a biogas engine, it'll drain water faster than the infinite spring mechanic in Minecraft can replace it, so. Right. That's pretty much my base, actually. I don't have very much more. I do have pretty much the derpiest cow farm ever. It burns about 90% of the steak, and leather doesn't even burn some of the cows, as you can see. So it sucks up the items with the obsidian pipe and just brings them here. And as you can see, it's a pretty fail farm. I mean, it's been running for so long, and I have this. I have no clue why there's wheat in there, but I really don't. But yeah, so that's pretty much my entire base. And I also have a skeleton XP grinder over there, but that's pretty rudimentary. It's a simple design. And as I said, it helps me power my scrap for my matter fabricator. So yeah, that's my base, and I have a lot of little things to do, like dealing with the charcoal overflow, and automating the biomass, and obviously there's still many things I can do, like try and build a gravity suit chest piece and fun things like that. And I guess that's it for today. Hopefully hopefully you don't think I'm cheating, and if you do think I'm cheating, say so in the comments, and why you think I'm cheating, because I am not. I can't do commands / see, I don't have permission to use commands. I'm not creative, I'm in survival, obviously. I don't take fall damage because of my boots. If I take these off, you can see, I can fly because of the jetpack, and why I take so little damage from mobs, and why are there no mobs? Are you playing in peaceful or something? Well, this is why I really love my skeleton farm. It takes up the mob count. Like, if we press F3, there's about 60 skellies there, and that's taking up the entire mob count. So now mobs can't spawn because all the mobs are already there because of the skellies. So yeah, that's why no mobs are spawning. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Hope you enjoyed. See you guys next time.